All right, Coach, talk a little bit about the first win, the first shutout, the first fan salute. Could it be any better?
I mean, it could be better if we won 6-0, but it was just a good team win. What an atmosphere! What an experience! It's just one I think all of us. Well, I know all of us will remember for the rest of our lives. But I'm really just happy for our kids that they pulled it out and found a way to win. It's a really good team win.
Talk about TJ if you could for a minute.
He's just a stud. I mean, he's such a special kid. You know, he's the best player every day in practice. His preparation, mentally is so impressive. And he just believes he's going to stop every puck, and we believe he's going to too. So he's just, when you believe in your goalie, it lets you play at a level that that you want to play at, and we believe in the kid.
Fitting that 91 gets the first goal.
Yeah, I mean, there's hockey gods, and they were here tonight because Josh Stone certainly deserves to have that benchmark in history in our program.
Can you speak on everything that went on before the game, the ribbon cutting and having Donzie and all them there, just the moment leading up to what happened tonight with your experience?
Yeah, it was just a whirlwind. I mean, it's crazy, like, not to get a little bit emotional, and you go out there and there's the band and there's a rock band playing. Like, I mean, we're used to like sneaking people in the back door at Oceanside, with a few people, here and there working, but this is just a different animal, and we've worked really hard to get here. So many people have worked really hard to get here, and obviously to go out there and do that with Donzie and his family was a really special moment.
Coach, with all the fanfare tonight, you talked about the band, the pregame ceremonies, and the great atmosphere. Did you have a moment tonight to kind of just take it all in and realize how far you've come with this program?
It was hard to do. I mean, you're focused on the game and you want to win, and there were stretches of the game where I think all of us, players, coaches, everybody, just were like kind of looking around, going, "Wow, they're like, this is real. It actually happened." And the crowd was unbelievable, just engaged and loud and into it. We want to score more goals for them, and we're going to try tomorrow. But they were tremendous. It was a special thing seeing 5,000 people support our players the way they did, because we've never had that, and it was just really cool to see. I'm just so happy for our kids.
Can you describe the moment when Josh scored? It's kind of a slow first period up until the end there, and obviously the crowd erupted. Can you sort of encapsulate what that moment felt like?
Yeah, we were just feeling everything out. They were feeling Colgate out, feeling themselves out. We have 13 new faces on the team too. People forget that. So half our team are new guys. So we're still learning how to play together. But I thought we managed the game pretty well in the first 10 minutes, and then our captain stepped up and gave us a boost when we needed it. And to get out of that first period with a lead, I think we kind of settled it. Those last 3 minutes of the first, we were really kind of buzzing and moving around, and we had good movement in the offensive zone and had some chances, and we felt like we could have scored a few in the second too. And again, I think Murch's penalty kind of set us back. It's hockey, it is what it is, but it kind of took the momentum away from us getting the 5-minute major, and the boys did a great job killing it.
Coach Howard, can you take us through your day from the moment you woke up to the moment, this moment right now? Can you take us through what your whole day was like?
Yeah, my day was I got here early, and we had a scratch skate at 8:30, and then we did some film and got ready, and then the boys got on for a game day skate at 11. My wife bought me a new watch, and it didn't fit, so I went to Nordstrom and I put a link in it after the game day skate, and then I came back and just kind of, soaked everything in and enjoyed our new facility and hung out with the staff, and we watched some college hockey. That's the nice thing about being out west, is you can watch games that are on before you. And it was just so much more comfortable. We were literally in a shoebox, like a third of the size of this room at Oceanside, and it got hot and smelly, and we're in there, and nice, just with tons of elbow room, and it was incredible. And then to go out and do the ribbon cutting and again do that with Donzie, and then come in and play, it was a special day.
Was there anything special before the game in the locker room that you guys did, as it was the inaugural game here?
Yeah, we have a good tradition where, a player announces a starting lineup, and I had Dom Garcia come back and do it, because he's kind of been the staple that did that. So Dahmer came in and he did an unbelievable job firing up the boys, and it was great to have an alum. a prominent alum that helped us build this program come back and do that.
Coach, I thought the third line played fantastic tonight. Obviously, Ryan with the goal, and Charlie, I just thought was creating chances all night and making things happen out there.
Yeah.
What'd you make of their performance?
They've been our best line through 5 games. They've been our best line, the most consistent line. They play downhill. They're just playing the right way, and they're getting rewarded. Jenner just reloading on that second goal and getting a stick on it and no putting it away. Always had some chances, so he was frustrated. I'm glad he got one, and he's on the board now, and they're just a really good line. They fit really well together. Jenner and O can get Chucky some space, and that kid's special. He's going to be a really good one for us, Charlie Shane.
Last season, hadn't seen Niedermeyer play at the point, forward, but what did you make of his experience and his versatility to be able to do that?
He's never played D, and we just, on a hunch, we didn't like how we didn't really have, like, we were really good when we had like a Brinson Passionuk back there who could skate the puck, right? Like, it needs is a elite world-class skater, just like his dad. So we talked to him and said, hey, you think you could get some more ice playing back? He actually played back in a scrimmage in the preseason. It was unbelievable because we were short of D. And he brought up conveniently, you know what, this could make some sense because I kind of have one of the best defensemen of all time as a dad, so I can bounce some stuff off him. And he was tremendous tonight. He was unbelievable. He was comfortable. He did a lot of good things. So it was really cool to see him step up and perform for us.
How long have you personally dreamed of a night like tonight?
It's been a long time. I came here in 1995 as a student and played, through 99. And then, again, nights like tonight were something that I think every player that has played here since 1979 would joke about. Like, what if we got an on-campus arena? What if all this happened? How good we could be and how great we could become. And now it's here, and that's what we intend on this program being. It's great. We want to turn into a blue blood that the best players in the world want to come play at.
Coach, the last couple weekends you're up in Minnesota at a couple of established hockey programs and a couple nice arenas up in Duluth and Bemidji. How would you say this arena and atmosphere compares to what you saw in Minnesota?
I'm obviously biased. We go to some great facilities, and certainly those two are great. And we've been everywhere. We've traveled more than anybody in the probably history of college hockey in the last 7 years. So we've been everywhere. This is as good as it gets from the way that visiting teams are set up and comfortable and have space to our player space. I think the amenities in the building really appeal to the fans. It's a great place to watch a game. And I'm just so happy that our campus, most importantly, really for the first time was exposed to college hockey. And there's a vibe and a thing about college hockey. It's infectious, it's passionate, it's fast, it's hard hitting, and I think we can provide kind of a campus effect that certainly ASU's never had. And we from day one of this happening, my goal is to make Arizona State a hockey school, and certainly we have to do some things in order to really be considered that. But I think tonight was a really good first step.
Coach, the power play last year was unbelievable, being at 22.5%. Tonight looked like a lot of good looks. That first power play was kind of a little shaky, but after that, I thought the opportunities were great. What do guys like Lucas Sillinger and Robert Mastrosimone do to a unit like that was already pretty loaded compared to last year's?
Yeah, they just add a level of skill, and Luke, him especially, he's just so calm. He's so calm, and he just has such good hands, and he's silky and smooth, and he doesn't panic, and he can make plays coming out of our zone, obviously down low. So the power play was good tonight. It got us momentum a few times, just missed a few really good chances. I think the first power play, they were just caught up in the emotions of the night, and they forgot that they needed to execute what we practiced and what we worked on, and we reminded them some things after the first period, and they could have got a few tonight. They did a good job. At the end of the day, it's what we tell the kids. Power play is something that fails in hockey 80% or more than 80% of the time. It fails that much. So you're not going to score every time you go out there, but you can go get us momentum, and they did that.
What's one big change you want to see out of your guys for tomorrow night's game?
We'll go to film. I think we could just be heavier on sticks, in certain instances in every zone, and But I think it was a pretty cleanly played game by both teams, and finished some chances, and jitters are out now, and we always say here Saturdays are for the Sun Devils, and tomorrow's Saturdays for us, and we're going to try and sweep Colgate.
You talked about your team wanting to play with physicality. Do you think Merch has hit, and I'm sure you'll look back at it later, was that kind of getting caught up in the emotions, or how much do you kind of reel that back in?
He's a big physical, mean kid, and it's just, he's got to channel his emotions a little bit, but, we don't want to change the way he plays. That's why he's great. He's physical, he's big, he can skate, he's a great defender. He's just got to know, obviously, as a young player, when you see numbers and backs are turned, especially near the wall, you can't put your hands on back, right? He was just a one hand. It wasn't vicious. It wasn't anything like that. But he paid the price. He got a game, and he'll be back tomorrow.
For a lot of people in the crowd, especially students, this may have been their first hockey game. Were you impressed and maybe even surprised by the nuance of the crowd, whether it was the Roars keeping the puck in the zone, things like that?
It was really impressive. The NHL's in this city, right, and soon to be in this building. But so I think surprised, maybe not surprised, but I was delighted because we've never had that. And at Oceanside it was weird because on the bench you literally couldn't hear anything because everybody's behind the glass, so the noise just went into the glass, and it was kind of. Everybody said it was loud, but we never really experienced it. Here, it's coming down on you, and it's a loud building, and the crowd. And we never had a band at a game. The band was here. It was just a great atmosphere, and we're really, really, really pleased with how the fans were supporting us, and hopefully they come back tomorrow and do the same thing.
Anything else?
Coach, you had a great penalty to kill today, especially on that 5-minute major. What did you see for your penalty to kill unit today?
Great goaltending. Your best PK guy's got to be your goalie, and he was tonight. Guys did a good job. I think we can clean a few things up, but at the end of the day, guys are doing well. I think what we can do is when we get the puck on our stick, 200-foot clears, we can be a little better with that. But TJ's, in 5 starts, he's got 2 shutouts. We didn't have one last year, so he's been our best killer.